Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead.
Real estate.
Next.
Well, okay.
I mean, guys.
So companies.
I don't care what it is. I don't care. The most profitable hospital in the world used to be Columbia Healthcare, the 7th or 8th acquisition Rick Scott made. Okay? The hospital was in downtown Manhattan. The real estate was worth infinitely more than a 700-bed hospital. They could rip the motherfucker down and build whatever. Okay? Although he didn't try 60-40, there was no way commercial finance would handle it because they didn't believe that he could run a 700-bed hospital, no matter what his board said, no matter he'd already made 6 acquisitions. This was a bigger acquisition by a multiple of 2 or 3 than the others. And at the end of the day, the real estate was, I think he paid $800 or $900 million. The real estate was worth $3 billion. Now, how is the cash flow ever without a $2 billion equity downstroke? And he tried the thing like I taught him, I'll take an option. The guy, it was the Tisch family. I still remember them. And now she's commissioner of police in New York City, a Jewish, Canadian real estate family. And she says, don't give me that option shit. That's for morons. And it is. It's for morons. But they're still buying it. Okay. I mean, it can't pencil. It just can't.
It throws off the numbers, period.
No, I mean, does it throw off the numbers to cover the debt service on the land?
We hadn't gotten that far yet.
Okay, well, I can save you some time. It's like, this is a bad analogy, but Black Beauty, my black chick, okay, who just signed a $22 billion fucking thing with the state of Texas. She was runner-up Miss Black something or other. I forget what the fuck it was. She's a good-looking girl. I don't doubt that she was Miss Black. I only doubt that she was runner-up, that there could be a better-looking black gal in the United States. But, she used to get all these offers, but they were offers to be on a couch, okay, no matter what it was. And she said, I'll take an option on that, that I can exercise between now and never. Between now and never.
Wow.
So we agreed on the $6 million for the business.
And what's the business produce?
Tow truck company.
I know. Well, what is it spitting out?
It gross
revenue
$4,000,006.
Okay.
And the expenses is
forget that. What's after tax profit?
After tax profit, $45,000.
What?
Net.
45 million, 145,000?
1,000.
45,000.
So you're going to pay 100 times. Oh no. So let's say let's round it up to 100,000 EBITDA. So, well, how many times does 100,000 go into 4.5 or 6 million?
Like 40. Maybe.
So you're going to pay 40 times EBITDA?
Oh, just a second. That was back in 2021.
Oh, it's going to get much better now.
2022, it's $1.5 million.
$1.5 million what?
And then
net income.
No,
net,
that says
$1.5 million. And then this year or 23.
$1.5 million. Yeah.
Where's 23? There it is at the bottom. 600,000.
So they
went back down.
What's going on with
They lost.
Okay, let's just 600,000. Let's say EBITDA, call it $1 million. Million EBITDA, and they went 4.6 million. That's more within the realm of possibility.
Does it make sense to do an average across the 3 years?
No, we open up with the lowest first, and our default is the average. Right now, in 2024, they're just starting not to be able to use Corona as an excuse. Because Corona was started in 2020.
It's falling off the range,
Okay.
the 3-year range.
Right. Yeah. And where is this thing?
St. Louis.
And is the owner black?
No, he's white. And when we looked at these numbers and I talked to him, he said, it's making more, but
He's cash.
he's taking everything. He's paying the dog,
Of course.
vet.
You got to back
he's
all
paying
that
all
out.
that shit.
You got to back all that out.
Yeah, this
And
is
his
just
girlfriend and his this and his that and his bastard kids and everything. Okay. You guys, you realize there are businesses that aren't run that way. You understand what I'm saying? There are businesses. I'm not sure he'll ever find one, but there are businesses that are straight up legit. St. Louis, Cleveland, etc., aren't places to find those legit businesses.
This is just where you live, right? You're in Missouri.
this is in Kansas City, Missouri. This is St. Louis.
Okay.
It's about 5 hours away from where I live.
Slightly less or more legit than where he lives.
About this.
Very woke.
I don't think St. Louis is very woke. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe Kansas. I don't know. I haven't.
So you say we would look at the net income, bump it up to $1 million.
No, net income, bump it by 50% of the net. This is the rough ballpark number.
You're at 900,000.
900, call it $1 million. And $1 million into 4.6 million, which is the asking price. That's the asking price for the business and or the business plus the property.
That's just for the
Just
business.
the property.
That's just the business.
That's just the business.
Okay, without
The real estate is going to be rented because the business needs real
I
estate.
understand that. So why are you asking me about buying the property then?
Because he gave him an option or something on the real
Yeah.
estate.
The guy
if they don't mention it, you don't forget the option.
The guy wants to sell his real estate
Of course he does.
And he said he wants $3 million for it. And I said, "How did you get that price?" And the guy looked at me straight in the face. He goes, "Well, I guess I just pulled it out of my left pocket." I said, "Okay."
And guys, most of these asking prices, like somebody asked me about Split the Difference in the last hour. I never read that book, thankfully. But I mean, these prices are coming out of the air. Might as well be his left pocket or his right pocket. Doesn't make any difference. And so, like the Dutch guy, I just had to beat him up again about he doesn't feel right. It's not because the Dutch are thieves. It's not that he thinks it's immoral to make an embarrassing offer. You've heard him already. And there are people that are fucking brain dead. It's my not illiterate, but ill English-speaking grandmother used to say, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
So I went back to him and I said, "Hey, my accountant looked at these numbers and you're going to have to lower the price because ain't nobody going to finance this." And he got pissed off.
Next, I wouldn't have wasted the email or the letter. And you're probably not painting your accountant because he's your cousin.
No, my accountant, he's on my board.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm not paying him.
I'm surprised I haven't read about it. Congress didn't write me a letter and say we got to.
He's the ex-PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Oh, well, fine.
He retired.
Was he disbarred?
He said he retired and he's bored. He said,
what's his name?
He's Rich Wittizak.
Polak.
I don't know what.
Fucking Polak. Okay.
Wittizak.
Wittizak. But he's really good with numbers.
Well, he's certainly better than you with numbers. Let's not say he's really good with numbers.
Hey, I've never said I'm the.
Well, I know you don't have to be.
I'm the brains of the deal.
And Rich said you don't have to know any of these things. Now, he's not a perfect example, but he doesn't know shit about his business. And you guys are still struggling to know about your business. Everybody in this room. After 40-some years, I know something about oil and gas, but fuck. All I know, and a kid, well, unfortunately, like I told Gutierrez, the fucking Mexican cadaver, that you buy oil properties based on proved producing reserve barrels, not EBITDA. And I said that in the first seminar. Maybe I said it too fast. Nobody paid attention. And so when he figures it out, it's got 1.5 billion barrels. But he added proved producing and proved. There's a big difference. Probably $1 billion to make proved producing. That means here's the well, and the section next to it, 40 acres. They assumed it's proved at 15,000 feet, but they haven't drilled it. Okay? And it may cost $1 billion for those wells. to be drilled and tested, etc. And that's what directional. Remember when directional drilling came about 20, 25 years ago? Directional, where they went sideways, and then fracking, all that bullshit, because they didn't want to have the cost of putting another $25 million test well. So they just scurried, made the thing go crooked, and they were able to test it for a tenth or a 20th of the cost. And then they discovered fracking, okay, which
shoving a bunch of fluid down in there,
blew up the formation. So it added viscosity. It made the thick oil thinner, so it could run sideways. And those are the secondary and tertiary methodologies that my former director and partner Bob Dyke, who discovered the North Sea, said the science will catch up, and they have, and that's why the North Sea is still around. Not just the North Sea, but I mean a lot of the offshore shit.
Each time there's a new innovation, it'll give it additional 20 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's what fracking's doing. It changes the viscosity.
Oh yeah, that's part of what it does.
Part of it.
Part of what it does.
It's adding more pressure, which also forces the fluid to come up.
And the first oil wells were in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So at 50 feet or 40 feet or I don't know,
Yeah,
something.
the Shenandoah Valley. That's
Yeah,
what I was
it's
thinking.
kind of like the Saudi Arabia. Except Saudi Arabia is digging through sand. They're not digging through sand in Pennsylvania.
No.
Some of it's hard rock formations, etc. And I remember a dolomite case. Dolomite's a kind of rock, right? Dolomite, yeah.
It's also a black comedian from back in the day.
Dolomite?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I figured you would know, as vulgar as he is.
No. Oh, the guy that was on that situation comedy, black comedian guy. Okay, yeah. Okay, I do know. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So do we take in consideration the value of the vehicles? This is $3 million when we're
Well, have they been how if they use it? I'm going to give you the worst case scenario. 3 years, they use 5-year accelerated depreciation, little or no value. If they use 20 years, a truck used to have, 8 to 12 years, depending on the kind of truck, depreciation. What kind of depreciation are they using?
$2 million depreciation is on here.
Okay.
No, the year. I mean, how many years? So like with real estate, you can get like 17 on your major assets inside of a house to depreciate them. Stove, roof.
I think it's about 3 or 4 years depreciation, these vehicles. Because after you pay them off, they have it kind of set up.
So when you've done using up that year of depreciation, you're depreciating it to zero. So it will be longer than 5 years though, right?
Because the life of the vehicle, you're not getting rid of the vehicle in 5 years.
Right. It has to be at least, 10 to 15.
Now, mining equipment got a short life because they're banging the shit out of it.
Bits go numb or dull, all that kind of stuff.
And the diamond bits used to be the, be all end all, but now diamond bits aren't. Now they've developed other kind of bits that are more effective in drilling.
So the depreciation that he's using, he's able to write that off.
Well, if he says that it's been depreciated 2 years, and he bought them, well, that would mean that they're almost 100% depreciated already.
Yeah.
So that means they have no value. So he's giving them $2 million in value. You can swap them for your mobile home parks. Mobile home is such a fucking slick business, especially if you give him no services, God. I didn't even think of that.
So he's got a total assets of 1.4.
1.4 assets, and how are they broken down?
Right at the almost the last sheet has balance sheet assets 580,000, fixed assets. Whoops.
Okay.
Accumulated depreciation.
Yeah. So that $2,407,000 depreciation is over how many years?
We're not quite sure. I think I'm going to say 4 years to be.
Why would that be an asset? Well, no. So that means he still got that left to depreciate, to apply.
Correct.
Okay. All right. That's not bad.
And you're saying 2.79 worth of vehicles?
2.79. Yeah, he's got like 40 or 50 vehicles.
Tow trucks.
What's the maintenance on that a year, though? Just for fun. He says the insurance on it is $445,000 a year.
How has he got negative fixed assets?
I'm just trying to see how you could even potentially try and even make this work.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how do we set it up so we can do a valuation.
I know I'm going to the neighbor and see if he wants to sell his business.
Total fixed assets, $820,000.
That's negative.
$812,000.
Oh, it's not negative?
No. It's just a little comma or whatever.
It's a bigger dash than the other ones. Okay, that threw me off.
Total assets 1.4. And then there's the liabilities underneath that.
So do we have enough information to be able to put this into a QLA evaluation to determine if this is a good deal or not? Are you, based on your premise, which is the 7 and the 3, are we're ignoring the real estate? So it's 7 we're looking at. 7 million, right?
Yeah.
I thought we were looking at 4.6.
Asking price was $7 million.
Yeah.
$3 million real estate.
Agreed.
That's where the $10 million came from.
So we're going to ignore.